Hello and welcome to Chili Bee Gaming. I'm Evie and today we're back with more Starfield. Now last time it was one hell of an episode. We left the scow after looting it and went to the lodge to put the artifact that we'd got in the collection. But we found out that the Starborn had attacked the Eye and they were now en route to the lodge. We rushed up to the Eye to make sure that everybody was okay up there. And they were injured, but they were okay. But on our return, we found Barrett was dead. Killed by the Starborn Hunter. Thankfully, Matteo and Walter and Vasco were all okay. And Noelle had fled to the Well district with the artifact collection. So we went to find her. But when we did, the Hunter turned up and chased us off the planet. He followed us into orbit, and it turns out his name is Scorpius. And he mentioned that the collection is called the Armillary, and that we might still glimpse the Unity. We returned to the Eye to deliver the news of Barrett's death, and we made a decision on how to proceed with the artifacts, and we chose to keep them on our ship, because we haven't built any outposts. We then returned to New Atlantis, and it was in chaos. It was in emergency lockdown after the attack. So we went to the lodge again to make sure that everybody was okay there. And Matteo said that the Hunter had mentioned something called Unity, which obviously he had, and that he had heard this phrase used by Keeper Aquilus at the Sanctum Universum. So we went to the Sanctum Universum, which is where we are now, to speak to Keeper Aquilus, and he mentioned a story about a traveller who had basically travelled the entirety of the settled systems, and he'd given the House of Enlightenment and the Cult of Varun each part of his total knowledge. And he was going to go and spend the rest of his days contemplating his infinitum addendum, which was like his contribution to the infinite, which is a bit of a funny phrase, really. So Aquilus told us that there was a Varun zealot currently in custody, and then we should go and speak to her about their version of the same story, because she might provide us with some information. So, after that very long sort of recap, let's get into it. Okay, let's go. Oh, it seems very sad that Barrett's gone. I did put a little memorial thing at the end of our last video, just to rest in peace kind of thing, you know. Okay, so I think this zealot is over here. Let's actually have a look. This should tell us. Yeah, we'll go and talk to them first. And see what she has to say. Hopefully, she's got some useful information. Otherwise, we're following dead ends again.
When you have a few moments, there's something I'd like to discuss.
Sarah, we cannot, my dear. Ah, are they in the House of the Enlightened, maybe? Seems a bit weird. Oh, we could talk to this fella. Let's talk to him.
We run a number of social programs, from financial aid to
Andy
food
Singh.
banks.
I like your outfit, dude. Very smart.
If it's about the financial or food assistance programs, we are backlogged. Don't worry, we're doing everything we can. Oh, you're not? Sorry. Can I help you?
I'm not. Okay. Keeper Aquilus sent me. I need to talk about the Pilgrim.
We don't mean to be intrusive. Any information you could provide would be very useful.
Certainly would.
Listen, I've talked about this with him a ton of times, and there's no record of a Unity Pilgrim. But since you both insist, our early records are mostly administrative. Humanitarian projects, group counseling notes, charity expenditures. But there is a series of exchanges the founding members recorded in a lot of detail. It's the closest thing I have to what Aquilus is describing.
Oh, that would be so nice. Coffee and donuts. I have got a coffee right now, but no donuts, unfortunately. Gluten, can't have it, so never mind. You've talked about this with Keeper Aquilus before.
Yeah, I mean, he's always going on about trying to bring people of all beliefs together. Really wants there to be some shared story or origin. Look, I like the Keeper, but belief is the problem, okay? We don't need a shared narrative or theology. We need to help each other in practical terms.
You see, that I understand, but the thing is, that's a good way to get people to come together. Is to make them realise that, do you know what, we all kind of believe a similar thing. We all believe in a particular deity or a particular something. And we can all work together peacefully. It doesn't have to be, well, you're wrong, you're right. It doesn't have to be any of that. It's just, you believe that, I believe this. Good enough for me. See you later. Let's hear it then.
A man walks into the first house of enlightenment. The founding members just call him the Drifter. So they think he's a charity case at first, but no, the Drifter asks them a bunch of questions. If your philosophy is built on an individual's own morality, what about the second person? That second person might disagree. Isn't the problem of two what you're really looking for? And the founders respond, each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. All of human effort is a story of cooperation pushing us forward. And it kind of goes on like that. He comes back every week for a year. Same conversation every time. Second person this, the problem of two that.
What did they mean? Each individual must understand how the second person lifts them up. See,
I'm sorry, were you about to say something?
I'm sorry, I'm thinking aloud. That's basically saying, how can this person... Maybe it's how does this person make your life better, rather than what is it that this person does that I don't like. Look at what it is that what they can do to make your life a little brighter. Maybe just by being around. Okay.
It's part of our core principles. There's no God pushing us to do good for some eternal reward. We have to help each other because we choose to. If no one takes responsibility for making the settled systems better, then we're just leaving it to the tyrants to bully the rest of us.
Yeah, that's true, I suppose. You know, rather than having some big authoritarian figure, be it a dictator or a god, goddess, being, whatever, you help other people because you want to. Okay, maybe there's a message hidden in what he's saying.
Honestly, I think the founding members made it all up. There was a little more hesitation being openly atheist in the early days. I think they were experimenting with writing their own scripture.
Maybe.
Fortunately, that got abandoned pretty quick. After the records of the Drifter end, you never see anything like it again.
Can you tell me anything else about Unity? What it means?
Besides what the Keeper would say about it? Sounds like a gathering point, or a center. Or, in mathematics, it would mean one, like the one. The first, or the beginning.
Okay. Well, thank you. You've given me a lot to think about.
Always happy to help. If you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of aid efforts to coordinate.
Very good, sir. Very good. He was a nice man. I like him.
Oh, I've always liked
Yes.
that statue.
UC headquarters.
Beautiful, isn't it?
It's very nice,
I wonder
Sarah,
what
actually.
the artist was trying to represent.
The coming together of two worlds, maybe. Or the
Saw your ship coming.
upward spiral
Nice
of life. I don't know. Anyway. Okay. So are they out the back? Can I just go around? Oh yeah, that chest.
Good to see you. Listen, I moved over that
There's an
I'd hardly
incident.
call it an incident, more of a debate, really.
Oh.
But I appreciate it just the same.
Not a problem. In the meantime, maybe you could tell him to take it down a notch.
Can do. Thanks again, Sergeant.
All right. Yeah, Mateo sometimes gets a little preachy.
Keep your nose clean.
My nose is always clean. Here she is. Hello? Mirza. Mirza?
A visitor?
Mm-hmm.
I have all the company I need.
Oh, well. I know you've talked to Keeper Aquilus about the Varun faith. That is the single loneliest statement I've ever heard. It is, but do you know what? I get it. I'm not a people person myself, really. I'm very antisocial in real life. It's terrible. Okay. I know you've talked to Keeper Aquilus about the Varun faith.
He knows not the truth. He sends another to ask more incessant questions.
Perhaps you should hear us out before you decide to cast judgment.
The Great Serpent waits in the shadows. He will entwine the universe, and all but the faithful will be made as dust. That is the truth. No more, no less.
Okay. Keeper Aquilus spoke of a pilgrim. I need to know more about him.
Anything you could tell us would be tremendously helpful.
Yeah.
Yes, I have spoken to your keeper about this. I will tell you what I told him, and then you will leave me.
All right.
Jinan Varun meets the unbeliever. He gives false prophecy to Jinan. But such is Jinan's conviction in the Great Serpent, he does not hesitate. He cuts the unbeliever down. But the unbeliever returns. Jinan realizes the Great Serpent is testing him, and he will not be found wanting. 4 times they fight. Over 120 rotations of the planet they are on. Remember these 4 battles, Jinan, the unbeliever says. Remember these 120 rotations. But Jinan knows this is blasphemy, and delivers the killing blow. That is all.
There must be more to your god than just killing. I need to know more. I need to know the meaning of a word, a unity. Yeah. I need to know the meaning of a word,
I have
unity.
heard of no such thing. If it exists, it is a shadow that the Great Serpent casts to deceive the faithless.
Good grief. All right, well, there must be more to your god than just killing. There must be. Otherwise, what kind of god is that just kills things? If he or she or it or whatever just kills things, there'd be nothing left to worship it. So, come on now.
Strength and conviction show your worthiness to the Great Serpent. The kill is not as important as showing there is no doubt. I grow tired of speaking. Leave me.
I have something I need to discuss with you.
So, the Varuns basically, it's don't have a doubt in your faith, by the sounds of it. Good God. Sarah, we'll talk in a minute. I'm just, I'm contemplating, my dear.
Problem?
Yes, my head's a shed. I'm coming in. I'm gonna loot goblin, or kind of faux loot goblin, just to clear my mind. Sarah, for crying out loud! I saw a thing today actually that it was on one of like these Facebook groups for Starfield, and it was people talking about who their love interest was in the game. So, because obviously you can romance people. I've not sort of thought about any of that really, to be honest. I've never kind of. I don't think I've ever romanced anybody in games, really. It's never been a thing, but maybe I should. All right, can I just get me out? But loads of them would say, "Oh yeah, it was Sarah, it was Sarah, it was Sarah," and it's like, I get it. Sarah's nice. She's very pretty. She's educated. She, has a nice voice and that sort of thing. Should we see if there's anything in this here chest? Just to be nosy. No digipicks. What? What? Well, I'll have to get some digipicks then. Yeah, I totally get it. You know, she's very nice. But I don't know. I don't know whether I'd romance her or
I
not.
have
It's a bit
something I
weird.
need to discuss with you.
What are they all running
Hey.
from? Is it still kicking off? This is weird. Why is everybody running around? Being weird. Okay. I'm gonna offload some stuff, I think, at the shop. And then we will carry on.
I have something I need to discuss with you.
Sarah, you need to calm down. All right.
Hey, no funny stuff with that booster milk. Got enough flight traffic as it is.
Shut up. Right. Go on then. In fact, let's get your face in the light so we can see. Sarah. Sarah? There you go.
Look, I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you.
All
The
right.
fact that you risked your life to save me, I don't know what to say.
You would have done the same, I hope.
Well, yes, of course. But that's beside the point. My only wish is that my rescue hadn't come at the expense of Barrett's life. He was one of my closest colleagues and a cherished friend. He always knew how to make me laugh. I'll miss him dearly.
You know, it was completely out of her control. I mean, what can you do? Good God. Yeah, this was completely out of your control.
I really wish I could believe that. Our charter at Constellation has always been to analyze the unknown, but rarely at the expense of our members' lives. Yet all the while, I've been cavalier about taking risks and pushing the boundaries, not appreciating the true cost of my actions. Had I not pushed so hard to pursue the Starborn, perhaps none of this would have happened at all, and Barrett would still be alive.
The thing is, the whole time with these artifacts, I've been being sent out to get them. That's risking my life, and I'm a member of Constellation, so I don't know. It seems a funny sentiment, that, but that's it. It's the Starborn's fault. It's not our fault. You can't take responsibility for the Starborn's aggression. You just can't.
Of course I can.
No, you can't.
Damn it!
Don't argue
Why
with me.
is this happening to us? We're explorers. Our curiosity pushes us to seek answers to life's mysteries. It's one of the core traits of humankind. Yet in return, this is what the universe throws at us. Beings from God knows where who are trying to murder us. Why? What have we done wrong?
We've tried to find out knowledge that potentially we shouldn't know. Maybe. I don't know. We've proven that there are some mysteries meant to be left unsolved. No. Maybe we overextended ourselves. It's bad luck. You know, you can't control these things. Sometimes bad things happen. Particularly when you're going off into the universe to find things that are mysterious.
No. I refuse to allow Barrett's death to be attributed to bad luck. It isn't fair. The question is, where do we go from here? Do we stop exploring? Stop pushing the boundaries? Take a more aggressive posture towards the universe? I don't know where to begin.
We keep doing exactly what we're doing because we never did anything wrong in the first place.
I suppose you're right.
I am.
I just hope we don't make the same fatal mistake twice. Well, I suppose that's all I had on my mind for now. Oh, it was a relief to get all of that out in the open. I'm sorry I got so angry. But I assure you, it's nothing personal. You're the only one I feel comfortable talking with about these things.
I mean... yeah. I'll always be here for you to lean on. I'm an empath, it's my thing.
Thank you. Hearing you say that makes me feel a lot less guilty about monopolizing your time with my own problems. Well, we have a long road ahead of us. I suppose it's high time we get back to work.
You know, I was going to say, for crying out loud, we have bigger things to think about. I don't wish to be harsh, but there's a lot at stake. And we need to find these bloody Starborn and do something about them. Instead of standing here talking about the whys and wherefores.
We made it back just in time.
What? Alright, well.
Ryujin Industries is looking for the young, bright minds of the future. Apply today at the near...
Okay. As I said, I do like it in here. It's very, very peaceful. I just don't like the headgear. It's... no. Not a fan. Sarah, come on, get in. Alright, you don't want to come with me, that's fine. We'll talk to this dude. I've got to sit in a chair? Fine, fine, fine. Always with the chairs. Well?
Oh, you're back.
Yes.
What did you learn? Was there something hidden in their stories, like we thought?
Well... The enlightened story used the words second and two. I spoke to the Varun Zealot. She said Jinan fought 4 times over 120 days. So we've got second and 2, 4, 120. Okay.
Planets are often named by number. That second might mean the second planet in the system. What else did you learn?
So we have second and then... we spoke to... oh, sorry. I spoke to the Varun Zealot. She said Jinan fought 4 times over 120 days. So, yeah. Okay.
If there really is a location the Pilgrim wanted us to find, those do sound awfully like coordinates. Was there anything else?
In your story, the Pilgrim contemplates infinitum addendum. That must mean something.
Yes. What he added to infinity. Maybe that points to a name. If we're looking for his resting place, we'd need to know the name of the star system, wouldn't we? Let's see. We have something that could be coordinates. Something that could point to a planet in the system. But what's the name of the system? Infinitum addendum. What if we break down the parts? No systems named finite or add. That just leaves in and dumb. Well, that's certainly how I feel.
Next planet I find, I'm naming Dum Dum. What do you think? Yeah. Indum, that's the name of the star system. Indum, is it? Well, okay.
Yes, that's it. The second planet in Indum. At 4 and 120. That's where you'll find the Pilgrim's resting place. And from there, maybe you'll find the true meaning of unity. Before you go, you've now spoken to many different perspectives in our universe. In a way, you'll be carrying their philosophies with you on this journey. I know you're looking for a specific unity, but if you had to guess what it was, what interpretation would you give it?
There's something sacred out there bringing everything together. It's just a word, and I need to take responsibility for finding it, not pray. Only total conviction will bring us the truth. We are being tested. You see, at the moment, I think this would be my most likely response, because I don't know whether there's something that's bringing us together. That seems bizarre. And then I don't think we're being tested. So, yeah, it's just a word. And I need to take responsibility for finding it,
so much
not
to
pray.
ponder.
Yes, all right.
And once you know, what will you do? Even the most objective scientist holds a belief that observation itself will be of benefit to humanity. You will be taking a similar part of yourself with you when you find the answer. Will that not color your perception of it?
Well, that's it. It doesn't give me a license to define what it is, does it? Just on a whim. If I don't know the full facts, why would I try and define something? Yeah.
So you're committed to keeping yourself from seeing unity as anything other than a rational objective, a goal you're bound to reach.
We're following standard scientific-based protocols. Constellation's been doing it for decades, and the results speak for themselves.
Well,
There you go.
I won't keep you any longer. This has been fun, I have to admit. Go, find your truth.
Okay. We will. We'll go. I think that was a very sort of sneaky way of asking, you know, who do you believe? Whose philosophy do you follow? And it's like, don't do that. We're not about that life. We're just a miner from God knows where, who apparently now hunts down artifacts and strange but oddly pleasant sounding gentlemen in black leather. There you go. Let's go.
You will be returned to the stores.
And you, my dear, will be returned to, I don't know, somewhere awful. Now y'all are just running and hiding. Okay. See, that's not fair that you can do that. Coming for you now. Come on, you. You're flying about like a loon. Has it? Really? Where are you going now? Running away, are we? Running away. Look at that for some piloting. Jeez Louise. Come on, where are you? Running away again, eh? Running away. That wasn't good piloting, was it? Avoid the missiles.
Your time ends.
No, I think it's your time that's going to end, my dear. Unfortunately. Now, why don't you clear off? Where are you? Oh, what's with all the drive-bys? Get here. Sometimes, when in doubt, just give them a ramming. Yes! Look at that! Get absolutely wrecked, you filthy animal. Let's go to Pilgrim's Rest, shall we? Set the landing target, and let's land. Bloody Starborn, honestly. They're a pain in the bum. Harassment. Pilgrim's Rest. Okay, well, we might as well start scanning the planet. This is one hell of a dusty place to possibly... I mean, why would you want to start an outpost here? Look, it's minus 18 degrees. It has 24% oxygen and 1.24 gravity. I mean, why? Why would you want to? That's my question to the floor. Love it. Okay, let's go. Yeah, such a low oxygen level. Search for clues on Unity. Nearly there. Pilgrim's Rest. Oh, wow. Look at this thing. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well. This is bizarre. Hydraulic clamp. Snack pack choco bites. Oh, so he was, for a pilgrim, he was a hungry pilgrim. Okay, well, we don't need any of that. This looks ominous, doesn't it?
Look at all this. Whoever lived at this homestead seemed to have settled in for the long haul.
Yeah. But where are they all? Or where is this person? If this pilgrim still exists. If they're still alive. You know?
Hope you've calibrated that thing.
Always, Sarah. Always. Trowel. Oh, there's so much stuff here. I could have a field day. Maybe we won't rob the pilgrim. Just in case he's actually here. Because he'd be kind of annoyed. Okay, well. What's this? Pilgrim's Writing 2? Well, I'll tell you what, let's find... We'll pick it up and we'll find the other two and then we'll read them in order. How about that? And we will actually read them. Because, that's Pilgrim's Writing 4? Oh, that's bright. Jeez, dude. 3. But where is 1? Good lord. Well... Where's the pilgrim? That's the other question. And why did he choose such a awful spot to set up in? So windy and cold by the looks of it, and well, by the look of the temperature and stuff anyway. Have we just been in here? Yes, we've just been in here. Oh, God. Yeah, it seems a little bit of an odd spot to set up, doesn't it? Right in the middle of nowhere in the cold. Blimey. What's this thing? Some kind of tank, maybe? Rainwater tank? Possibly. What else? Is this like a house? This looks like a house. Hello? Ooh. A furious razorback sounds interesting. Okay. I know I said we weren't going to rob the Pilgrim, but I don't think he's here. Aha! Pilgrim's Writing 1. The credulous simplicity of mundane humans never ceases to amaze me. My worst instincts, the evil spirit, draw me towards a form of contempt for them, but I remember that I am privy to that which they are not. I cannot and should not judge them for a lack of vision when I know very well the blinders which obscure their sight. I once wore them myself, after all. I hope for their sake that they may some day understand, but for my sake I wish to be left alone. Alright, so we found one. Let's have a look at two. Where is it? Pilgrim's Writing 2. So here is the crux of my troubles. To accomplish anything, I need to work with other people. I need assistance, I need workers, I need hands. As we work together, then inevitably ask questions, and I can never help talking. It starts innocently enough. They want to understand how someone who believes in science can also believe in the divine. Or they have their own misunderstanding instilled by some borderline religious remnant. My weakness is my inability to let alone. I want them to understand, so I try, gently as I might, to nudge their minds along the right path. Then there are follow-ups and followings. The trouble is that I genuinely care for these people. It would be so much easier if I didn't. Okay. Today, in a soft voice, my assistant asked me if there was anything above the unity. It was all I could do to keep from shouting that I could scarcely comprehend the misunderstanding that would lead to such a question. It was asked honestly, and I answered as best as I could. But if even my closest confidant here can fail to grasp the most basic of these truths, why am I bothering to explain any of it to any of them? Every word that drops from my mouth gets gobbled up, misheard, misremembered, misunderstood, and mistranslated before I can issue the slightest clarification. People are necessary, but people are madness. I attempted to withdraw, to go off alone, to commune with unity in my own way. They followed. Of course they followed. Oh dear. At last, a bit of peace. A piece of peace. Is that anything? Is that funny? Why am I trying to be funny? Have they driven me mad at last? Is there a difference between writing to myself and talking to myself? The former certainly seems more acceptable than the latter. I recall again that my mind is my own, and that even if only it exists, that is sufficient for me to believe in everything else. The unity has restored me once more. This time I act alone, for now. Myself is a formidable opponent. I should have expected as much, but vanity is, thankfully, not among my vices. Regardless, it turns out time spent in solitude is, in my case, time with a very sick man, or whatever it is I have become. I don't like this person. Wow, well. He sounds like a happy chappy, doesn't he? Can we... yeah. Can we go in? It's a little windy out here. Okay. The door here. I think this is just a bathroom. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, Sarah, let's get in here. Access the locked room, search for clues on Unity. Well, I don't think there are any more... oh no, there are more writings. Look, here we go, another one. I find myself thinking about his various pasts and my possible futures. I imagine continuing on the road, acquiring more power, more knowledge, more development of myself. I imagine passing through once more to another world to begin the process anew. What is notable here? That road does seem gratifying. Every step is one of intrinsic reward, and I feel myself anticipating the pleasures and seeing a more contented version of myself in that future. Then, for the sake of considering all possibilities, I imagine if I took a different path, if I stopped running, stopped seeking to gather my own power, if I instead embraced the twinges of compassion I feel in my heart and let myself care for the people who seem to gather about me wherever I try to work, if I simply lived and taught and perhaps brought others to the light, and died. That road also seems gratifying. I also see a contented version of myself in that future. Here is the difference, though. When I stop and think about the glories I could achieve for myself, the pleasure fades nearly immediately. When I stop thinking about staying and building something, the feeling endures. There is something more sustaining about it and more fulfilling. I don't know what this difference signifies, but I am grateful for the time I have taken to notice it. Do you know, I've just had a little theory pop into my head. I'm not going to share the theory yet, because it might spoil the whole affair, and I don't want to do that. But I do have a theory. And I think it's a pretty good theory, but we'll see anyway. Okay, well, I think we're going to leave this episode here for today. I hope you have enjoyed. We've certainly started another mystery now. Hopefully we'll have a better time of finding the answers. So until next time, be safe, be good, and look after yourselves.